G'day and welcome to this version of The Mash. That's the COLAC Herald Sports Mash. I'm Lachlan, Cowlishaw. Beside me is Ben Martin. We've got a big show for you, Ben. For you, for the viewers, of course. Round 18 have just completed of the CDFL. We've got GFL action as well, and we can talk a little bit about CDFL finals now. It's been pretty exciting, and there were some pretty exciting games of the weekend, Ben.
It was a fantastic way to finish off what has been a pretty exciting CDFL season. But I just want to talk about the Geelong Football League news. For a start, the COLAC Tigers kept their finals hopes very much alive with a 79-point victory against fellow finals aspirant Lara. So essentially an 8-point win there. They keep Lara a bit of space between them and finals, and they actually keep their touch on the top 5. They won 18-12, 120 to 5-11-41 in front of their home credit Colac's Central Reserve.
Wow. Big win.
Jake Carmody led all scorers with 5 goals, while Andrew Kelly, the midfielder, kicked 4 goals in a best on ground performance. Coach Matt Gibson was pretty happy with Cade Newton. He kept dangerous Lara forward Shaden Bloomfield to just 2 goals. He was pretty much the match winner last time these two teams played. He kicked 13 goals in Lara's win back in, I think, about round 5. Josh Linton was Lara's best player in the loss, so they've got a bit of work to do if they want to play finals, but COLAC, some good news for those boys, so congratulations. We're going to head straight into the CDFL news now.
Here we go, it gets exciting. Where
LV has claimed after the siren win against finals-bound South COLAC. 11-14-80 to 11-12-78 was the final score at LV Recreation Reserve. The Swans led all day. Clay Brewer put South COLAC up in the final minutes before Tom McCrickard, who kicked 3 goals in the day, sent through his third to steal victory after the siren, and just really cap a positive season for Murray Williamson and his boys. Luke McCarthy was LV's best, while for South COLAC, as I said, Clay Brewer, he kicked 3 goals, while Jake O'Dwyer was South COLAC's best. They take on Simpson this weekend. We'll talk more about that in a second. In the Coastal Cup this weekend, Lorne has defeated Apollo Bay 18-8, 116 to 8-4-52 at Apollo Bay Recreation Reserve. Lorne just in top form as they prepare for finals. Ryan Evans kicked 5 goals, while Lee Homer was the Dolphins' best for Apollo Bay. Casey McDonald, he kicked 3 goals, while the assistant coach Tim Smith, he was Apollo Bay's best. Heading across to Jellybrand Recreation Reserve now, Otway District have secured their second win of the season. They defeated Western Eagles by 6 points, 9-13-67 to 8-13-61, despite a late charge from Western Eagles' Jake Reid. He kicked 3 goals for the Eagles, while the young fella Trent O'Dwyer was the Eagles' best. But for the winners, Chris Patch, he kicked 5 goals, his biggest haul for the season, while the recruit Luke Burnett was the Demons' best. Heading across to Illawarra Recreation Reserve now, while the home team Illawarra Beak gave Forest a bit of a scare. They had a 7-point lead heading into the final term of the day, but Forest, the latter leaders, they prevailed 8-7-55 to 6-11-47. 8 individual goal kickers there for Forest, but Jared Matheson reportedly was pretty good in the forward line, while Cam Gooley, the defender, was the Lions' best for Illawarra Beak. Darcy McCallum, 2 goals, and Benny Beale was the Bombers' best. The final game of the weekend, another upset. We spoke about Albi before. This game was equally as a surprise, I suppose.
Surprise to some, but probably not to the Imps.
COLAC Imperials finished off their season with their 6th consecutive win. They defeated finals-bound Simpson 9-12, 66 to 7-11-53 at Western Oval. The former assistant coach Aaron Langsworth kicked 3 goals, while Cole Roberts, the recruit, probably the recruit of the year,
very good player,
he capped off a stellar season with another best on ground performance for the Imps. For Simpson, Nick Harding kicked 4 goals, the league leading goal kicker, while his older brother Aaron was Simpson's best now. Birregurra had the bye, as we know. They're preparing for finals as well. But this weekend in the qualifying final at Central Reserve, Lorne takes on Birregurra, a well-rested Birregurra, obviously fresh off the bye, while the elimination final on Sunday is between Simpson and South COLAC at Western Oval. Forest have the week off after finishing top of the ladder, so all the best to the CDFL finals teams as they prepare for finals. Look,
a couple of those top 5 sides not in the best form, fair to say.
Well, if you look at the results, obviously, as I said, ladder leader Forest almost fell short against Illawarra Bear, while South COLAC and Simpson both had losses to teams outside the 5. So they've got a bit of work to do this week, but I'm sure they'll get up in it. It's going to be an exciting final series, that's for sure.
Talking about exciting final series, we've also got the CDFLNA final series coming up in the netball, which is pretty exciting. But I'll do the same as you, Ben. I'll go through the GFL netball result from the weekend first. COLAC Tigers taking on Lara, as they did in the football, as they do every week. They won 59-49. That's 3 wins on the trot, so a pretty good win there for the Tigers. Courtney Cowlishaw had 46 goals. Alana Park had 11 goals. She went off with an ankle injury, but she's going to be all right. Cowlishaw was the best for the COLAC Tigers alongside Talia Jeffries and Caitlin Hammond. Now, let's get into the netball action from the CDFLNA. COLAC Imperials took on Simpson. They won 54-25. Bit of a surprising result. Simpson in it for about a quarter, and then they just trailed off there. Rebecca Scott, 43 goals. Caitlin McVilly had 14 goals for Simpson. The best for the Imps was Elise Howard, and Kelly Powell got the best on court votes for Simpson. Apollo Bay versus Lorne. Bay got the points here for the second time this season. They won 53-34 against the Dolphins. Kath Spears had 36 goals. Their recruit, Annie Legault, had a good season. She had 17 goals. Eliza Larkin, 25 goals for Lorne and best on court votes. And Kath Spears got the best on court votes for Apollo Bay. So that's the final game. Those two teams outside final. So final game for them this year. Elvie versus South Colac had a bit of an upset. Elvie, the Swans, they beat the Roos 40-24. Of course, South Colac without Tegan and Nadine McNamara and Sarah Bark carrying an ankle injury, but no excuse. Good win by the Swans. They just missed out on finals as well. Ashley Mead had 25 goals. Sarah Bark for South Colac 10, as I mentioned her before. Elvie, Ashley Mead again, best on court. And Chelsea Spears, best on court for the Roos. Otway Districts versus Western Eagles. Eagles had to win this game to make sure that they stayed in finals, and they did that. 53-47, so a good win there for Karen Slater's Chargers. Danielle Bowen had 32 goals. Nadine Oborn, very good season, 28 goals for the Demons. Jenny Fish and Harmony Newman got best on court votes for their respective sides. The final game we have for you is Illawarra Biak versus Forest. The Bombers got the points, 69-29, not unexpected, but Forest, the last game of the season, the girls really enjoyed it out there. Casey Johnson had 33 goals for the Bombers, Taylor Learson 20, Megan Doyle 11, Chelsea Hillman 5. That's just an indication of what they might do. They might mix it up in the attacking end come finals. Forest, Ashley Williamson had 13 goals, Narelle Frith, the coach of Illawarra Biak, was her team's best player, and Ashley Williamson was the best for Forest. Now, talking finals, COLAC Imperials have the week off. They finish top. Simpson take on South Colac in a qualifying final. Should be a very interesting game there. Both sides coming off losses. And Illawarra Biak take on Western Eagles in an elimination final. Unfamiliar spot for the Bombers to be in, but they're hoping to fire in that game. And the Eagles, well done. First final series since 2004, so they've already won, in my eyes anyway. And now for the final part of the show, the COLAC Herald Sportsman of the Week. We're not going to reveal it to you. It's actually our COLAC Herald MVP award winners, netballer and footballer. We can't even tell you the teams, but a lot of people out there have been keeping track of it. They already know. Those stories will appear in Wednesday or Friday's edition of the COLAC Herald, so make sure you stay tuned to that. Ben, we're in for a big couple of weeks, so
certainly are. So make sure
your rest.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled on the COLAC pages of the COLAC Herald. It's going to be jam-packed, full of finals, action, and results, that sort of thing. So plenty of information coming your way from us here at the Herald.
Good stuff. We'll see you next week.